Yeah, some of the things that I end up doing are kind of crazy, and this is just one of many. I took a small planting container from a local dollar store, and it cost me $5, and it's about 12 inches in diameter. And I thought, well, maybe I could use this to experiment with some micro lotus. So I didn't have access to what they normally plant those in, which is kind of a clay-based soil. So I ended up getting a bag of what's called special kitty litter. It's a non-clumping kitty litter, and I poured it out. It's just one bag, and it was granular and dry. And then I started adding water to it, and the top of it started looking a little bit more pasty. And I thought, well, maybe that's kind of like dirt. But one of the things that I noticed is when I started mixing around with my hand is that it was very thick, and the water did not seep all the way down into the very bottom, which was still dry. And so I had to stir it around with my hand quite a bit, and it's still um, pulling up the water quite a bit. It has a very high drying ability, and I'm going to end up putting some more water on top of this. So let's go ahead and use this watering can. We'll kind of pour a little bit in at a time, let that soak into the clay-based kitty litter. And boy, that water does not want to go down. I may have to mix that a little bit more, but let's go ahead and put additional water on top. This is the micro lotus I was telling you about. A lot of your lotus plants are fairly huge in size. You know, it's not out of the normal to have a lotus plant that maybe is 5 to 6 feet high and spreads out quite a bit as well. But this microscopic one is one that has been bred to stay smaller. It is called a spark lotus, and it's from Bergen Watergardens. I'm really kind of impressed. A lot of times when I get plants shipped in, the quality is not quite what I want, but the tuber looks like it's in good health. And also the stems coming up with the small leaves look quite healthy too. So let's take this and find a spot, not directly in the middle, but off to the side a little bit. And I'm going to try to put the tuber down into the, I don't know if you want to call it mud or not, and the growth tips, I think we're going to leave those up above the soil level. Okay, so now that that is in there, let's take a little bit of that wet clayish material. It is kind of slick and slimy. And I'm going to try to put some of that right over the top of the tuber just to kind of hold it in place like that. And I'm going to add some more water into the container. And when I add the water, what I'm going to end up doing is putting it over away from the plant. Trying not to disturb the plant. And we're just going to bring that water level up. Oops. I slid off the edge of the pot when I was pouring that. And you could tell the water is kind of getting a little bit murky looking. And I expect that to clear up a little bit as those particles start to settle out. But I don't want to have too much water over the top because micro lotus only need about 2 to 4 inches, depending on the variety. Now I'm guessing that the water is going to be soaked up more by the substrate, but we'll just go ahead and leave it like that. And underneath the lights on a Spider Farmer grow tent that I'm using. And there you have it. We'll come back and do a follow up and see how well this works.